Hi students, let's continue with food preservation today. The principles of food preservation, as we mentioned earlier, is the inhibiting principle of as well as the killing principle of the spoilage causing microbes. Now let's go into the techniques which we can use in the killing principle. We had mentioned about the blanching process, and right now we are going to talk about the next heat treatment strategy called the pasteurization. Pasteurization is a technique, as we all know, which was developed by Louis Pasteur in the 1860s as a method to prevent the souring of wine. Now this process is now continued to be used in various other liquid foods such as milk, as well as in various other foods such as soups and all that. We use pasteurization technique. Now this is a heat treatment procedure, and where a specific temperature and a specific time is being employed, and usually this technique mainly aims to destroy all the pathogenic microbes which could be present in the food without affecting the nutritive value of the food, and the time and the temperature are those determined to destroy Mycobacterium tuberculosis and other heat resistant non-spore forming disease causing microbes which could be found in the milk. And the treatment also destroys most of the microbes that can cause spoilage, and so it would help to prolong the storage time of the food. Now pasteurization, the time and the temperature that we use for pasteurization will vary for different operations. Now you have the low temperature long time one, which has having about 63 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes, and the high temperature short time, which has a 72 degrees centigrade for 15 seconds. And then we have the flash method of about 80 degrees centigrade for 1 to 2 seconds. Or you also have another option called the ultra high temperature or the ultra high treatment or the ultra pasteurization, which employs 135 degrees centigrade for about 2 to 5 seconds. So the type of sterilization strategy that you use for pasteurization will vary depending upon what is the purpose of for what purpose you are using the milk, as well as the time duration which is available for you. So let's go into the details of this. As we told, the first one is called the batch pasteurization, the low temperature long time pasteurization. Here you heat the milk to about 63 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes, and it mainly extends the holding time causes, and if you extend the holding time, what will happen? It will cause an alteration in the milk protein structure as well as the taste. In the second procedure, as we mentioned, the high temperature short time pasteurization called the flash pasteurization. Here you heat the milk to 72 degree to 74 degrees centigrade 15 to 20 seconds. Now, and the main target that we try to kill here is the Clostridium botulinum spores, which these are bacterial spores, and which they are highly resistant to heat. And so what is it? Instead of 63 degrees centigrade, you increase the temperature to about 72 degrees centigrade. Then comes the next one called the ultra high temperature pasteurization. Unlike the others like 63 to 75, here you go to a temperature of about 135 to 140 with the time period is being found to be reduced about 2 to 4 seconds. And the extreme heat here targets Coxiella burnetii, which causes a Q fever, and the heat kills all the vegetative forms of bacteria and the milk, which can survive for 9 months. In addition to this, though it is not a pasteurization technique, you also have another canned sterilization technique of milk, where the wet treatment of the canned milk products in an autoclave or a specialized treatment chambers happens at 115 degrees centigrade to 121 degrees centigrade for 10 to 20 minutes. And this is not a pasteurization technique, but it's a milk sterilization technique. So this is a milk pasteurization unit which has been depicted here. You can see here up to a temperature of about 150, it is okay, fine with the food, because more enzymes and the proteins remain intact when the milk is heated below these temperatures. But as you go to higher temperatures, what happens? It will like above 150 degrees centigrade, what happens? It kills all the enzymes, and much of the ability of the microbes as well as the proteins gets denatured, and of course the milk also becomes difficult to digest. And if you go to ultra pasteurization, which we mentioned at about 280 degrees centigrade, it kills all the potential harmful bacteria in the milk, but also damages all of the vitamins, minerals and other nutrients originally contained in the milk. So the normal temperature that we maximum give, or which we prefer to give for a pasteurization technique, is up to 150 degrees centigrade. We had mentioned earlier about the ultra high pasteurization technique here, and here about 138 to 150 degrees centigrade is being given for 1 or 2 seconds, and the what happens, packaged in sterile and hermetically sealed containers, this milk can be stored without refrigeration for months. And ultra pasteurized milk and cream are heated to at least 138 degrees centigrade for 2 seconds, but because of less stringent packaging they must be refrigerated. And it has a shelf life, it has been extended to about 60 to 90 days, and you should note that after opening, the spoilage times for both UHT as well as ultra pasteurized products are similar to those of the conventionally pasteurized products. So the main purpose of ultra high temperature pasteurization is mainly to increase the shelf life of the food, of the milk. Now, pasteurization is something which is not only been done for milk products. Okay, you also have certain other food products could be used sterilized by pasteurization. This could include some fruit products, some pickled vegetables, jams and chilled ready meals. And what happens, the food might be pasteurized in a sealed container or in a continuous process like in a aseptic filling operation. Okay, but the time and the temperature which you employ for it will vary. If the food is having a particular pH, you will have a different temperature, and if you have a particular, if it is of a different pH, like depending upon the type of the pH, there are standardized temperatures which you give for vegetable. Now this table mainly depicts what are the different temperatures that we have to give for different foods with different pH values. Now for example, the foods which are having about 5 to 6 pH, for example, you need a high temperature. Now in the case of peas, carrot, poultry, seafoods and etc., a high temperature of about 116 degrees to 121 degrees Celsius has been given. But for the medium acid foods like tomato of about 4.5, your boiling water processing of about 100 degrees centigrade has been given. And for in the case of acidic foods, okay, a temperature of about 93 to 100 degrees centigrade is sufficient. Okay, so I hope the pasteurization technique and the principles of that is clear to you. Thank you.